The key to a fulfilling spiritual life lies in maintaining inner serenity, refraining from reactive responses. Serenity is not only the greatest legacy of humanity but also the most formidable strength one can possess. By mastering the art of remaining calm, all problems can be resolved. This fundamental principle should always be kept in mind. When complete tranquility is achieved, time loses its relevance, and the illusions of karma and worldly attachments dissipate into insignificance. If you maintain a state of calmness and detachment, unaffected by circumstances or their outcomes, including uncertainties of the future, then everything is in harmony, and worries become unnecessary. The core aspect of a spiritual existence involves abstaining from reactive behavior or attempts to change others. Instead, it is about embracing non-reactivity in every aspect of life. Live in the present moment, free from dwelling on the past or anxieties about the future. Embrace the eternal now, where all is well. Abstain from traversing the external world and avoid reacting to bodily sensations or thoughts. Practice the art of observation and cultivate stillness within the mind. Learn to comprehend thoughts and emotions without succumbing to reactive impulses. A serene and tranquil mind, akin to a still lake, can reflect the beauty of its surroundings, while a tumultuous lake remains incapable of reflection. Quiet the mind. In a state of stillness, one can observe without becoming entangled. Observe thoughts as they arise, allowing them to pass without the need for alteration. Do not become entwined in thought patterns, simply let them flow freely. Refrain from indulging or opposing thoughts and emotions. Merely observe them without reacting or taking any action. Release anger, and refrain from reacting to doubts. Whatever triggers a reaction originates in the mind. It is solely the mind that experiences anger, stubbornness, the desire to control, and feelings of hurt. However, by mastering the mind, anger dissipates. Depression and reactive responses to situations cease to exist. The state of enlightenment is synonymous with eternal peace. Peace is the essence of consciousness, which is perpetually tranquil, eternally content, and unaffected by external circumstances. All conditioning originates from the mind. Avoid attempting to alter external conditions or situations. Each attempt to change something using the mind only inflates the ego, resulting in further complications. Instead, learn to tame the mind, allowing it to be passive and serene. By doing so, you will discover that circumstances tend to improve beyond expectation. Recognize yourself as a void, devoid of self-perception, and constantly bear in mind that absolutely nothing requires action. This is the path to happiness, a state of pure joy when the mind is devoid of content. Happiness itself takes precedence. When doubts, anger, or fears arise, do not entertain them. Swiftly shift your mind's focus and do whatever is necessary to rid yourself of the arising situation. However, do not entertain fears, doubts, or anger, and do not allow your thoughts to overpower you. Regardless of their content, do not indulge in them. Remember that your thoughts are not your allies. They attempt to confuse and misguide you. They will communicate all sorts of messages. Do not heed your thoughts, even the positive ones that transcend conventional boundaries. What truly matters for your well-being, bliss, and happiness are your thoughts. No designated time for meditation is required. You can practice it while driving, working, or listening to music. It is a matter of being aware of yourself and recognizing your true essence. Realize that the rest is a projection of your mind, and this universe, my friends, is a perceptual illusion. When watching a movie, you witness various distressing events, but then you remind yourself, it is just a movie, isn't it? Life operates in a similar manner. Observe everything occurring in life, look, and truly see. Nevertheless, never react, neither favorably nor unfavorably. By understanding this, you attain freedom. If you are what you seek, the answer always resides within you alone. The external world holds no significance. The external world emanates from your own mind, thoughts, and imagination. If you have created this world, awakening can only be attained through silence, not through analyzing facts, categorizing them as good or bad, but rather through embracing silence, relinquishing concepts, wounds, dogmas, and beliefs each day. The ultimate truth lies in exclusion, not addition. Empty yourself entirely of ideas, feelings, and everything else. Everything must be emptied. When you become utterly and completely empty, there is no need to fill yourself again. Realization is emptiness. It is the self. It is your authentic nature. No matter how many times it is reiterated, you continue to think, judge, draw conclusions, and attempt to solve your life. Release completely, absolutely, and wholly. If you need to let go to such an extent that you cease to feel any physicality, mental activity, or identification. That is the essence of my message. This does not imply becoming a motionless entity, merely sitting and introspecting without engaging in the outside world. If you comprehend my words accurately, you will experience more profound happiness than ever before, as you realize that none of this truly matters and that there is no one truly performing any actions. Allow me to present two scenarios in which pain is completely eradicated. If you are the perfect and mutable self, with no existence beyond that, and if nothing else has ever existed, nor ever will exist, there is only one I, and that I is you. Rejoice, for there is only one. This I is consciousness. By tracing the personal I back to its source, it transforms into the universal I, which is consciousness itself. Through this process, you begin to master yourself, to realize your divine nature. Achieving this requires silence. It is the swiftest path to realization, silence. Do not abandon thoughts, abandon the mind, abandon everything. The optimal response is to have no response at all. Every thought or feeling triggers a subsequent reaction, often unconsciously. This pattern becomes so habitual that one may not even be aware of how every single thought and emotion leads to a reaction. Consequently, you remain entirely subject to the whims of your thoughts and emotions, operating on autopilot without any control. When you excessively focus on the so-called future, your attention becomes consumed, and as attention directs energy, an influx of thoughts arises, resulting in a plethora of illusory scenarios and supposed solutions. This is pure delusion, and those who label others as delusional are themselves enslaved by the mind's fictitious reality. These assaults by the mind cause immense suffering. However, there is a simple approach to transcend it all. It is straightforward but may prove challenging and uncomfortable initially. Do not react to anything. Non-reactivity is the most potent strategy. To transcend reactive tendencies, one must trust in their own being and relinquish all efforts. Understanding the nature of awareness is crucial, as it can lead to swift progress. Recognize the power you possess through awareness, for it is infused with pure love, possessing healing qualities. By consciously aligning with your being and refraining from reactions, you allow your body and mind to commence their self-healing process. Observing thoughts and emotions without identifying with or reacting to them is crucial. This permits emotions to flow and dissipate, directing healing energy towards them. Do not be discouraged if this proves challenging initially. Continue practicing the experience of non-reactivity. Remember, this is not a mental exercise. It involves releasing effort and trusting in your being. This process may initially unsettle your ego and its programming, causing discomfort within your body. However, you will soon discover that you are neither your body nor your mind. As you refrain from reacting, you will realize that you are not even in control of what unfolds. Thoughts spontaneously arise within consciousness, while emotions in the body come and go on their own accord. You will perceive that everything is simply happening, and this realization can be incredibly transformative. Life flows naturally, and when we resist its flow, suffering arises. Instead of engaging in constant mental activity to solve problems, recognize the power in non-reactivity. By doing so, you reclaim your energy from futile pursuits. Simply be and abide within yourself, allowing any storms to pass, for they inevitably will. Remember, everything comes and goes, but you, as awareness or God consciousness, remain eternally present. Become aware of that sense of awareness and cease reacting to transient objects within awareness. Merely remain deeply rooted in your own being. You are peace. You are boundless. You are the observer of experiences, not a victim to them. You encompass all things. You embody the very essence of love, much like space that remains unaffected by what traverses through it. Just be. Release the need for unwavering conviction or doubt in yourself. Instead, fully and without hesitation, know yourself.